Hi, being as it's the 7th of April and the letter F for the hashtag ABC April 2025 challenge hosted by Tony from Crafty by Tony and Marguerite from Seven Plaza Creative, I'm going to show you how to make frames on the ScanNCut. So let's start with making a square frame. So go into Patterns, Basic Shapes, go into the square, set it onto the mat, go into Edit, Object Edit, into the Resize button, and I'm going to make it 4 inches. So just take that up to 4 and say OK. So now we want to make the inner part of the frame. So we duplicate that square there. So +1, say OK, and we've got a duplicate which is the same size. We want to resize this one. You can go either outer or inner. I'm going to take it down. You can make it bigger if you want to. So if I take it down to 3.5, and that will give us a 1/4 inch frame. So take that down to 350 and say OK and say OK. Now what we want to do is select both the items on the mat. So go into here, select. That's picked up both those squares there. Say OK. We want to go into the arrow button, and that allows us to go into the alignment function. Here we want to now align both of these centrally vertically and centrally horizontally, and that's put one square inside the other perfectly with an exact frame. So here we want to say OK, say OK, go into Object Edit, go into the Group button and say OK. Now if I move this around, it'll move around as a frame together. Both squares together as a frame, and say OK, go into Save, save it to our machine and say OK. And say OK, and at this point go to the Home button and say OK. Takes us back to the front screen. Now I'm going to make a frame that is 2 inches by 4 inches. So again, go into Patterns, Basic Shapes, oops, that's too quick, go into a rectangle, set it onto the mat, go into Edit, Object Edit, Resize button, and take off the aspect ratio. So we want to say the height of 2 inches, so take that down to 2. And take the width up to 4. And say OK. Now again, we want to make, I'm going to do it as an inner frame. So we want to duplicate the rectangle we've got there. +1, say OK. That's the duplicate. So now I want to take that down to make again a 1/4 inch frame. So go into the Resize button, and I want to take off the aspect ratio button, and I want to take this down by 1/2 inch. So take down the height to 1.5. And take the width down to 3.5. And that will give us a 1/4 inch frame. So again, want to go into OK, select both items on the mat. There we are, both boxes have gone red. Said OK, go into the arrows, go into the alignment function, and again, centrally horizontally, centrally vertically, that puts them both together. Say OK, say OK, go into Object Edit and go into the Group function. Say OK, and again with another frame. Say OK, go into Save, go into our machine, say OK, and say OK. Back to this screen, go to the Home button and back to the front screen. Now I'm going to show you how to make an oval frame. So again, go into patterns, go into basic shapes and just page down until we find an oval. There we go. Set it onto the mat. Now we can keep the oval as it is if we want to elongate it a bit, make it a flatter sort of an oval or more of a roundy oval. We can change that initially. I'm just going to keep it as it is for now. So go into Edit, Object Edit and go into the resize. So this here, so we've got a height of 2.95 and a width of 3.94. So I'm going to change the width to 4 inches. So take off the aspect ratio and just take that up to 4 inches and say OK. So now I want the inner part of the frame. So again, go into Duplicate, +1, say OK. So that's the same size as that one. Go into the resize, take off the aspect ratio. Now we want to go down by ½ an inch. So we want to take that down to 3.5. And we want to take this down by 3.5 as well, the height. So that would be 2.45, is that right? Yeah, so take that down to 2.45 and say OK. Say OK. Again, we want to select both items on the mat. Say OK. Go into the arrows, alignment function, centrally vertically and centrally horizontally. And it will put them both inside each other with an exact frame all the way around. Say OK. Say OK. Go into Object Edit. Go into the group function and say OK. And here we have our oval frame. And say OK. And again, save it to the machine. And then say OK. Say OK. Take us back to this screen here. Press the home button and go back to the front screen. I'm going to show you how to make a Polaroid style frame. It is a bit long-winded. It's definitely easier on Canva, but it is possible. So I'll show you how to do it on the actual machine. First of all, we just want to go into Patterns, into Basic Shapes. Again, I'm going to take a square, say OK, and set it onto the mat. Now while we've got this here, I'm going to go into Edit, Object Edit, and we've got our sizing. So we just want to take this down to 3 inches. And say OK. Now we want to duplicate this. So say +1, go into here. So now I want to take this down. What you want to do is take that down to whatever depth of frame you want. So I want a 1/4 inch frame. So I'm going to take that down to, so what did we have at 3? So I'm going to take it down to 2.5. And say OK. And again, say OK. Select both items on the mat, which is here. Say OK. Go into the arrows. Go into, oh, what did I do there? Oh, go into the arrows. Go into the alignment function. Centrally vertically and centrally horizontally. Say OK. Say OK. Object Edit. Group function and say OK. So now we've got a frame here that's got a 1/4 inch thickness. So I'm going to make a Polaroid style frame that's got a 2-inch square aperture. So I'm going to say OK here, go into Add, go into Patterns, go into Basic Shapes, pick the square, set it onto the mat, and I want to go into Object Edit, go into the resize button, and I'm going to make that square 2 inches. So take that down by 2 inches. Take it 2 inches. Oh gosh, that's a bit of a mouthful. Right, and say OK. Right, so the outer frame, we know that we want to have 1/4 of an inch either side of this 2-inch aperture. So we know that the width needs to be 2.5. So if we go into duplicate, +1, say OK, this will be our outer frame. So we want to resize that now, take the aspect ratio button off. So we take the width up by 1/2, so that's 1/4 on either side. So take that up to 2.5. Now the height, we know that we want 1/4 of an inch at the top, and then how much ever at the bottom. Usually I think around about 1.25 at the bottom looks quite good. You can have whatever amount at the bottom that you want. So overall, let's just say we're going to make it 4 inches. So make the height 4 inches. Whoops. And say OK. Now at this point we want to align those two centrally, horizontally within each other. So let's take this down to the bottom. Say OK here. Oops, we don't want to select those. We want to select this up here. So we want to select here, partial items on the mat. So let's take that up. So we're only looking at this on the mat here. I'm going to say OK. Say OK. Go into the arrows, alignment function, and again we only want to go centrally vertically. So here, so now that has put the 2-inch square aperture in the center vertically. So we say OK, say OK. Now what we're looking to do is put this square just exactly 1/4 of an inch up to there. And this is why we've created this box here. So we want to take this box up to the top of the mat, go into the magnifying glass and go up to 400%. Right. So over here, so we can see this area here because we know that this whole of this frame here is 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and so is this here. But there isn't actually a way to put this up to there without just guessing really. So what we want to do is, we don't want to guess, we want to move this frame over here exactly on top of this one here. So then when we move this square here, we need to go into OK, we need to go into our arrows and pick up this middle frame here. Say OK, go into edit, go into the magnifying glass, go to 400, move this over so we can see. Now we want to move this in alignment with this inner frame line here. So if we just take that up, oh nearly, one more. Now if I just say OK here, and if I move this box out of the way here, that now is an equal 1/4 of an inch at both sides and at the top. So now what we want to do is group these two. So I want to go into here, select partial mat, take the mat up so we're only looking at this part of it here, say OK, say OK, go into object edit and group, say OK, and now we've got a Polaroid style frame. So here we can keep that if we want to, because that's yet another frame, and just save them both to the machine. So we just say OK, go to save it to the machine, say OK. And say OK. We're back to the screen, go to the home screen, say OK. And now we've got the various different frames set to the machine, set within the machine, sorry. Now we want to retrieve the data so that we set it to the mat ready to cut. So if we go into retrieve data, go into the machine. If you double arrow down, it takes you to the last items that you've saved. So here, the last items we saved were the Polaroid style photo frame and the square one. So if you just tap on here, say OK, it saves it to the mat. So then we want to go into add, retrieve data, go into the machine, again arrow down and pick up the oval frame this time and say OK, and then go into add, retrieve data from the machine, go double arrow down. So that's the last page, but I want to go one up. So this is our rectangle frame we made. Tap on there, say OK, and there's the rectangle frame, and then we say add, retrieve data from the machine, double arrow down, page one up, and that's the first frame that we made. Say OK. So now we've got all of the frames that we made set to the mat. From here, what we want to do is just separate all the frames so you can see all of them individually all over the mat. So now let's just say we were going to cut on a sheet of A4 paper, which is around about 8 by 11 inches. So we can just decide how we're going to place them such that we can fit them all on without essentially wasting any card or paper. So if we just take this up into the corner here, we can change the direction of this rectangle. So we can just go into Object Edit and rotate it by 90 degrees. Put that next to here. We can make this, put the square underneath. Put the oval frame here and put the square next to there. So yeah, we're within the 8 inches there. But we can also see that there's enough space here to put another frame. So I would just duplicate that and put another frame there. So just go into Object Edit, go into the duplicate button, +1, say OK, and just move that frame into this area here. So you're wasting any of that paper and it's all fine. Just move that up a slight bit so it's not overlapping the oval there. And actually we could probably even get another rectangle frame in. Let's have a try. Say +1, say that there, and just move that over. So what we can do is go there, say OK, sorry, go into the magnifying glass, and we can just see where the frames are in order to make sure that they're actually going to be on the paper and not miss any part of it cutting. So if you just move that over, there we go, so that's within the 8 inches. So that way we've got 2 of the rectangles and 2 of the squares, so we've got extra frames there to create with and have fun. So from here we just say OK, say OK, have your paper ready or your card stock, printed paper, whatever you're going to cut the frames out from. Get to this point, go into select, go into cut and start and cut the frames. I've made a few projects using the frames to show you. I'm just going to use this pointery thing to just highlight where the frames are instead of hands getting in the way. This slim black frame has been used to frame the actual cluster. The cluster has been made using a stamped edged frame here, and it's all been mounted onto a Dina Wakley Media Collage Sparks card and finished off using a Tim Holtz sentiment and a dangle. I love how this tag has turned out. I've used this mini frame here, stamped edged frame, to make the dangle. This small black Polaroid style frame has been used to put the actual photo in, and again a slim frame around the outside to focalise the whole element, and I've used a Tim Holtz sentiment. On this oval craft card frame I have embossed it with a 3D embossing folder and then just inked it, and I've added a decorated tag onto it, and this could be placed into a journal or a scrapbook, or you could even still put a photo behind it. I think it would look really quite nice. Just done a close-up of this one so that you're able to see it better. Here I have mounted a cluster onto a rectangle craft card frame and then put it onto a black Polaroid style frame, and again, nice project to just use in a journal or a photo. The base of this tag was just a scrap that was left from another project that I was doing, and it's just been stenciled on with a stencil from Tim Holtz. On here I have actually put craft card oval frames, as you can see it just around here. And after I've made the cluster, I mounted it onto this black slim oval frame at the back here, and then put it onto the tag itself, and then finished it off with a ribbon. This cluster has been made using a stamped edged frame, and then I've mounted it onto a Polaroid style craft card frame here, and then onto a glued down envelope. I hope this has given you some ideas of how to use frames on your projects. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.